extremely good morning. It's really been wonderful. I would first at the outset like to thank Dr. Prabhakar Singh. Thank you for having all of us, because many of us we met over here and we had so much to discuss, and I guess the time is short in the middle of the little limited time that we all have coming from our different fields. To me, I'm a professor, no doubt, but I came to a crux where I found that was I in education industry or whether I was going to impart education in a social cause. So my life as a professor landed up in two parts. So the first part was I was in the education industry, and before that I was a teaching professor for ancient history in various universities, and from 2011 I have landed myself in a different course altogether on education. As I was just sharing today at the breakfast table, and that resulted me in coming a little bit late, and I apologize for that to Mr. Singh. I have something totally different to speak on, because for me, education is into two separate streams. One is where the creamy layer is able to take, or making education into an industry. And the second one is reaching out to the parts that cannot be reached out. That is the economically backward areas. So I would today, since we've all been talking, and I have enriched myself with all the VCs and professors that have spoken here. So I would like to speak on the economically backward areas of how, in my state of West Bengal, I would refer to West Bengal, please pardon me on that, because we have practically done this. So what has happened is that everyone knows that Bengal was standing first among the last in literacy, and Kerala always stood first in the literacy rate. So from 2011, July onwards till date, we have now come up to being the second in various fields. I just want to, 10 minutes is too less, but I'll just network and make myself into a nutshell of 10 minutes, because I just have a few things that I want to point out how we did that. It's easier in the city to impart education, but it's very difficult to impart education and use the essence of education in any aspect that you have in areas where there is no transportation. And where the sustenance level is practically zero, so they do not know how to have education, and there is no awareness there. So we moved out, including me, because I've been a part of it, and we moved into areas where transportation was not there. And the reason why I'm stressing on this, because many of the vice chancellors here know that West Bengal has got on the Kanyashri award from the UN, which was very recently. So that was the reason, because I was a part of it, and I would like to share this part of how we did it. The thing is that when I was in the Minorities Commission, we found that among the minorities, the ratio of literacy was very bad, and Bengal stands quite highest in minority population. And we were very few of us that in the city that were, I would say, literate. Most of them never went to school, and people would say we were Angudha Chha. So we went into villages and we created awareness, and we started a scheme. In the scheme we said that because Bengal was also standing number 2 in child marriage, so we had to eradicate that. So the first thing we did was women, girl, childhood empowerment. And that was education, which was the prime part of ours. So what we did is that we started the Kanyashri by saying that 25,000 rupees, now it is increased to 50, 25,000 rupees would be put into a girl child's account if she continued studying. So that was called Kanyashri 1. So what happened is that this is separate. This has got nothing to do with the other government schemes that were getting scholarship and stipends for education. But it was not into the parents' account. Then after the girl finished class 12, then we started Kanyashri 2, so we increased it. Why? Because we moved out of the range of a girl getting married age of 14 to 16. So we started K2. In K2 we put in 50,000 into the girls' account. And then last year we started K3 where the girl is a woman and she does her graduation. So that became K3. At the end of everything, when the girl, a lady, a woman has completed her graduation of her choice and goes in for masters, we had a compulsory scholarship which we gave. And we went on a PP mode, that was people partnership mode with the government, and many universities and private universities today, we have 4 private universities in West Bengal, they too partnered into helping in the scholarships of these underprivileged. Why I say them underprivileged is not because of the community that they belong, but because of various hazards that they have. Either it's the transportation, either it's they come from an economically backward place, whatever may be the reason. But it was for empowerment of education. There were various vice chancellors who helped us in this module, and some of them were from other states that also helped us. And then we moved into something which was even more different, and that was called Rupashri. Rupashri meant was when a woman has completed all the studies and has fulfilled her desire to study, even if she's done a PhD, and then she decides to get married. So then she, after she gets engaged, she has an invitation card which she submits along with a form to the government, and the government pays 50,000 rupees towards the reception of her wedding. So this is what we did. But then comes another problem, which was transportation. So what we did is that here it was for boys and girls, for youth, men and women, and even for college goers. We gave free cycles and we called that Sabuj Sati. This was given into areas where the buses could not go, because in Bengal, what is happening is that those who are living, whether they are OBC or whether they are SC or they are ST, whatever be, those who live into the interior villages, the buses only go to a particular area and then 4 kilometers they need to walk. So we gave free cycles. So that's how we moved into real, typical, unreachable rural areas for imparting education. The reason why I wanted to share this is because it's very easy for all of us, including me, being in the heart of the city, we really do not know how to impart education into the remotest of the remote. And that was the reason why I was talking to Dr. Prabhakar and I was saying that my topic is going to be something totally different. I will not be talking on what I have been used to. I have been talking to the new leash of life that I have taken from 2011 on empowering education, being a professor. Today, I feel happy about it that I have been able to create this atmosphere which makes education important. Now comes the awareness part, which is very important for all of us educationists here, especially vice chancellors, professors, principals. It's easy for us to say because today we are traveling. In fact, we are running. I cannot even say we are jogging. We are moving into the race of the education industry. But we are losing out a little bit of essence, including me. And that's why I came here when Dr. Prabhakar said, because I found that he and me, we had something in common. Thing is that the awareness is the main part, because the thing is that in the rural areas and among the SC, ST, OBC, all these communities that you go through in the remotest of the remote, they do not know what the government has for them in education. The government in the city has a lot of things which only we educationists can reach it out. And how do we do that? We do that only if we are able to empower their parents or their guardians of those areas to make them know that why education is important. This is the main thing. So that was the reason why what I did, because after 6 years of Minorities Commission, I am in Women's Commission, so I am in the policy making also of the education system of women. And since the child is also coming in, so we are having it for male and female. So what we did is that we started having camps and workshops with the help of the district administration, and we started having workshop for the guardians, where we started telling them as why their children needed education. And then we also started doing workshop where we taught the adults, the grandmothers, mothers, fathers, grandparents, we taught them the basic education of how to identify the signatures and how to sign, so that we would move out the system, because in any case biometrics has come out for everything. Since biometrics has already come out, they still do not need to be a mutter chap whenever they are going to the district to get anything or even to sign for any documents. Many universities have helped, and in various areas we have done workshops where women are being learning. And we have one woman who is 72 years old, and she just did a class 10 exam, and that was an amazing thing, and so we gave her an award. And the award was, we gave her 50,000, and that the private universities had sponsored on that. Another thing what we are stressing on is that we don't force everyone that you really need to be an MA, a BA, a BCom, BSc, but you can go into something that makes you happy, and that is skill development. Now in skill development, the government spends money for skill development where they learn, which is very much in vogue, because now even a rickshawala has a mobile, and even a vegetable vendor has a mobile. So what is happening to children or the boys and girls and youngsters who do not like to have that normal, like Dr. Shetty had said, the syllabus, not the syllabus, the syllabus. So the same way there are kids in the village who are very intelligent and they don't have to be into the syllabus. So what is happening is we encourage skill development. In the skill development they learn mobile repairing, they learn computer repairing, handling of the basic computer, and then there is beautician course, and there are a whole lot of things. And in that what is happening, we are being sustainable. So what is happening, the government is promoting them to be sustained by giving them small units where they can have it on their own. So that comes as self-employment and self-sustainability. On the last note, actually I have so much to say, but I'll just cut it short. The thing is that the reason why I said this is not because I wanted an algorithm, or we get to say that we did this in Bengal, but what I wanted to say is that every one of us are a part of it, and maybe through our module, maybe you all could also start something new, and maybe reach it out, and it could be something more. Because everyone is not on the paying side for education. But I think we need to use the government resources, as the government keeps telling us that we have this, we have that, but there's no utilization certificate coming back. And what is the meaning of utilization certificate? You're spending that 50% on the scheme of education, then you can take the balance. We have all gone into the race of saying that our fees is 5,000 bucks a month and 20,000 bucks a month, but we haven't seen that what the government has through our taxes, where the underprivileged can be educated and where the backward areas can also be educated, which can make India free of illiteracy, and then we could be number one in the world, because all the best intelligence in the world, whether you talk it in engineering or you talk it in technology, you talk it in science, you talk it in arts, it all comes from India. So why do we leave our country to make some other country proud? We've got to be here and we have to make our country proud. Thank you.